This is Deanna. She's here for her appointment to talk about the OTA application.
Great, thank you. Hi, Deanna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm glad you're here today. How can I help you?
I'm really excited about applying for the NSCC OTA program, but honestly, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I found the OTA application on the program site, and I have a few questions that I've written down.
I'm glad to answer your questions. It's important that you ask those questions now. I want you to be able to submit a completed application. Completed applications get priority status over incomplete files.
Are there any other ways to get a priority status?
You know, while there is an application deadline, there is no priority status given to a student who submits their application by a given date. All applications are the same, regardless of the date that they're submitted. However, priority status is given to students who have completed all of their general education courses. Do you know about the other requirements?
Yes, I think so. I found them on the OTA program site. Are you talking about having access to a computer, knowing how to use one, having a GPA of 2.0 but a 2.5 is better, and completion of anatomy and physiology, right?
That's it. Make sure that you read the prospective student letter in the application packet and closely follow that application checklist.
Oh, I am. I've been admitted to Nashville State. I've completed the 2-page OTA application and typed out my resume. My friends are interested too about the program. They are not current students at Nashville State. Do you have to be a current student to apply for the program?
We accept applications from anyone interested in the Nashville State OTA program as long as they've completed all learning support coursework. Or, if you have ESL coursework remaining, we do require that you've completed that as well. Other than that, just need to meet the requirements to apply and be accepted into Nashville State.
I need some clarifications about the transcripts, and so do some of my other friends who are applying. I've completed 1 semester of college. Do you need my high school transcripts?
If you have less than 30 college credit hours, we do need a copy of your high school transcripts.
I attend Nashville State. Do I need to provide a copy of my Nashville State transcripts?
We do need a copy of your Nashville State transcripts. You know, you can get those by going to My NSCC on the homepage, and if you look in that section, you will find an area to print off your academic transcripts. Just print a copy and include that with your application packet.
My printer's kind of old. It doesn't really print clear copies. Does that matter?
You know, if you're going to submit it, I have to be able to read it. If I can't read it, it doesn't count, and your file would be incomplete, and you would lose that priority status.
My friend Misty has a GED. Does she need to provide that information too?
If Misty has less than 30 college credit hours, we would need a copy of her GED scores.
Kirk has a bachelor's degree. Do you still need his high school transcripts?
It sounds like he has more than 30 college credit hours. We would not need a copy of his high school transcripts.
What if someone applied to the program last year and didn't get in? Would they need to complete and send in a new application?
An application is required from anyone who wants to apply to the OTA program, even if they've applied before. Copies of transcripts are also required with those new applications.
Thanks for the information. It was really helpful. Can you tell me a little bit about the letter of recommendation?
Letters of recommendation are not required. However, if you have someone that you feel like could speak well to your talents and abilities and would like to include that information in the application, that's great. We'd love to have it. A recommendation form is included in the application packet.
What about volunteer work?
Volunteer work is not required for the OTA program.
I have a few more questions about the actual interview and then I'll be on my way. When will I find out if I get an interview?
Our application period ends in early February. It takes us about a month to get through all that we need to review all of the files. After that time period, then you could expect to get a letter from our program telling you of your interview status.
I've read that I have to submit a writing sample. Is that part of the interview?
It is part of the interview process. We like to see how well students can express their ideas and thoughts in the written form. So we'll be looking at your spelling and your grammar and see how well you can answer our questions that we have listed there for you in the interview.
Will I be notified if I do not get an interview?
Every student gets notified of their interview status.
If I don't get an interview, will you review my file and tell me why?
You know, we get a lot of applications to the OTA program, and unfortunately we can't go through each individual student's file and let them know about their individual status. However, we explain a lot of information in the application packet, so if you review that, you'll know what we're looking for and how we're evaluating each student to see if they get an interview.
Well, let's hope that's not the issue. I'm going to stay positive. When I get accepted into the OTA program, what's the best way to prepare for the fall?
I like your attitude. One of the ways to best prepare for the fall is think about the resources that you already have in place. Think about your financial resources. Are you prepared to go to school full time? Think about your family resources. Do you have a support system in place? Because the OTA program is pretty rigorous. Have you thought about your transportation? Can you get to school and back and to all of the places that we visit without any difficulty? Do you have a computer? Do you know how to use your computer? All of those things are very important. Any more questions?
No.
I'm glad that you came by today. You had some great questions. I think they'll really help you fill out your application. You know, the application deadline will be coming up soon, so make sure that you get everything in, read through that application checklist. Best of luck to you. I look forward to getting your application.